Welcome to day 3 of block 2. So today we're starting off with our squats. We're going to do the similar method that we did with the deadlifts, where we're going to come in, we're going to do our squats, 6 to 8 reps, rest for 10 to 15 seconds, and then try and do as many reps as possible. So if you're doing it with the bar, you're going to come under, take your bar off, come back, okay? Do your 6 to 8 reps, re-rack the bar so that you get a proper rest. Wait 10 to 15 seconds, and then pick the bar back up and do as many reps as possible. If you need the bench behind you to support you, that's absolutely fine. And once again, if you want to do it with a dumbbell and do your 6 to 8 reps, put the weight down and then go, that's absolutely fine too. Remember, the goal is not to get 10, 12, 15 reps on the second set. If that is the case, you can probably increase the weight on the first one. Right, next up we have chest supported prone dumbbell flies. So there's 2 ways that we can do this. One is having our feet down and just resting our chest on the bench. The other one is coming down and fully resting, I can't do it, but fully resting our chest on the bench like so. So obviously I'm not gonna do that variation. This can be a bit uncomfortable in the chest, but let me explain the goal of having the chest here, the bench here is basically to force yourself to stay in this position. It makes the exercise a bit harder, but it really targets the right muscles. If it's really uncomfortable, you can, of course, just come down and either have your chest or just your head resting on a bench like so, and that's absolutely fine, okay? So, those are our first 2 sets of exercises. Then we're gonna go into a Romanian deadlift, into hamstring curls, as a drop set, clean and press, and clams. So for Romanian deadlift, we can use the bar, like I showed you in day 2, or we can use dumbbells. For today, I'm just gonna use the dumbbells. So what's gonna happen here is you're gonna do normal Romanian deadlift, so both legs at the same time. Hips come back, exhale, come up, inhale down, exhale, come up. Then you're gonna go in and you're gonna do a drop set. So with your Swiss, I've used a Swiss ball, but there's 3 things you can do. So just come straight in after the deadlift, Romanian deadlift with the dumbbells or the barbell, and go straight into hamstring curl and just bash out as many as you can. If you don't have a Swiss ball, you can use a TRX, or if you don't have that, you can also just go into hamstring walkouts to bash out, okay? Once again, the goal is not necessarily to get 10, 15, 20 reps, okay? Obviously on the Swiss ball it's a bit easier, but the goal is just to really sort of burn out your hamstrings, okay? For the drop set though, I always say on the first set, just focus on doing the Romanian deadlifts with the dumbbell and the bar to warm up into it, and then from set 2, you can just add the drop set in. Then we're gonna go into our clean and press. So same as last month, okay? Up, overhead, okay? You can alternate arms, or if you want, you can do both arms at the same time. Inhale, exhale, up, overhead. And then we are finishing off with some clams. So for this, we are lying down on our side. I always focus to make sure, just bring that hip back, okay? Inhale, exhale, open the leg up, back down. Inhale, exhale, come up. Now remember, this is like our hydrants. We do not want our hips rolling too far. So just really keep them aligned, facing forward, and really try and focus on your glutes to open up. If you want to make it more challenging, you can add that band around the top of the knees again, and that will just add an extra challenge to that exercise. Okay, and then finally, we've got our step ups, which is the same as we were doing last block. So if you want, the focus is still the same, okay? Really driving through that leg, okay? And trying to really not push up through that back leg. Remember, you can do it on a lower step. That's absolutely fine. I'm just doing this because it's here. If you want to have a weight in one hand, that's absolutely fine. And if you want to use a hand to hold on, once again, that's absolutely fine. Remember, don't put the whole foot down. if you feel like then you're pushing off, okay? If you feel like you're pushing off, then just focus on getting the toe to the floor. Then we have our offset farmer's march. So last month, we just had a normal farmer's march where we were marching like so, really focusing on our core. What we're gonna do this time, you've got two options. This is the option I would suggest, is coming up and having your sort of kettlebell offset like that. I would probably do half the reps like that and then lift the other side and do half the reps like that. If you want to make it really challenging, you can have a kettlebell up overhead and focus like that. And then same thing, halfway through, just swap to do the other side. And then our last exercise is a band attached dead bug. So once again, if you're learning dead bugs and you don't have much experience, just focus on practicing the dead bug motion. I have a video that goes through all the different like sort of variations. But if you want to progress to this, what you do is you attach a band about that height, okay? You move yourself out. You grab the band so that there's tension, okay? And then after, you can alternate the leg, keeping the tension in the band. Don't let the arms come back. Inhale, exhale, pin that lower back into the floor and extend the leg. Of course, if you want to do both legs at the same time, you can. If not, you just do the reps on each leg. And that is the end of day 3 of block 2.